We're here.
We've made it. Welcome, misfits, one and all, to this Skeptic Bible Study. Suburbs and Altar Wars. Dun, dun, dun. Where, yes,
They all get Priuses.
Yes, and you get a Prius, and you get a Prius, and you have to walk 40 years in the desert. Well, we all get different prizes. Nonetheless, we are continuing the book of Joshua. It might have been a hot minute, James, but we're back. Woo! We're digging back into the book of Joshua.
The Bible's not going anywhere. It's not. It's timeless. So we've got all the time in the world to get to it.
Yes. In that a lot of the stuff that is in there seems like they should have known it was evil a long time ago. It's timeless. Like slavery. Slavery still
maybe
gets
they made
me.
it up in 300 BC.
Yes. Maybe. There are more rules about goats that I think are comfortable for modern society. I think.
Well, I mean, you see, they wanted to hit the important things. They said God did not have time to give us an exhaustive list of things like don't rape your slave or beat your slave. You know, he didn't have time for all that. But when it comes to goats, I mean, he stuck to the important things, like
things. Not to keep on harping back on it, but he wanted things to be timeless, and so. Thank you.
So it's equally relevant today as it was,
yes,
5,000 years
ago. My goodness, you would think that an objectively moral God would have known that selling your daughter into slavery would have looked, what's the word? Not great.
Especially since he did that right after he got his people out of slavery. It's like one of the first things he did when they got out was, okay, all right, we got you out of Egypt. Now the first thing I need to do is make a rule for how to sell your children into slavery.
Yeah, you would think that if you just got out of slavery, like the first commandment would be, let's not have slaves.
But the thing is, Mulley, your dad took out a loan from Mr. Tibbetts over there, and he's really rich. He's got lots of money, and I took out like a $40 loan, and I can't pay it back. And he's going to consider you worth $30 of that loan, and so I'll just have to work off the next 10 from him. But he'll accept you for $30. So you're going to belong to him now.
It's a great deal. Good luck. Yes. Thank you for your contribution.
The law says that he has to have sex with you. If he doesn't have sex with you, he has to give you up. And she's like, but I'm 10. Well, I mean, we love you. Bye. God is good. God is good. Praise.
Yes, not to get really dark and horrible before we haven't even hit the intro button, but they also kind of have rules for if you are a rape victim, you have to marry your rapist, and this was seen as a punishment again to the rapist, and there are still
an act of mercy for
this
the woman.
guy. Yes, because they're like, well, how was she gonna get? This is what people.
No decent, self-respecting man would marry her after that.
Yeah,
I mean,
this is what I mean. This is an insert year, James. An insert year that we are in. I still to this day get people that are like, well, who would want the woman? And you're like, wow,
because she's not a virgin. So I mean, for all you know, she slept with 500 guys you don't even know. The only way you can know is if they're a virgin, and she's not. So therefore, she's not worth much.
Yeah, that book is obsessed with sexuality. Virginity is one of them. They put a very high importance on it. You see this not only here, but in the Virgin Mary and in Jesus. And there's something magical, James, about not having snoo-snoo. I don't know what it is, but
Well, if you're if you're very, very xenophobic and you don't want to integrate with other cultures and you want to control the genetics and preserve your own culture, well, eliminating interbreeding is,
Yes, speaking of which, and I made this joke beforehand. I can't help it. We're going to be talking. Oh, shoot. Before I even do the joke, we didn't even do the intro, James. Okay.
Not yet. Do it.
We were talking about, again, Suburbs and Altar Wars, chapters 21 and 22, with the Levites moving into the suburbs. Then the Israelites, if I could speak, went to war with another tribe because they had a different altar, which will most likely be a one-time event in history. So
we don't wear Levi's jeans. We wear Wranglers over here. No Levi's jeans. So we're Wranglers, and they wear
sure that
Arizona
was the first
jeans.
war, right?
Levi's
versus the Wranglers.
See which one the rednecks like more.
So won't you join James W. and myself, Amy Newman, as we move into a neighborhood near you, and then apparently declare war on everyone. Mwahaha ha. What is up, y'all? That's right. We are back. It is good to be here. I want to thank everyone for joining us on the inner tubes. Oh, James, it's been a while.
These things had lots of
Ooh, you lagged for me. Say that one more time.
dust props.
Yes. Just got a stroke away. Please don't forget to like, follow, subscribe. Clean. Keep your pipes clean. I don't know how they fit the internet through here. Al Gore, can you hear me? Then you gain access to that bell icon, which when set to all, will send you reminders to see our premieres or join our live streams. James will do it live. All right. I mean, he's been cooking down there. He's almost well done now. All right. With that, we are going to hand it over to Gilbert so he can explain what we're about to read.
Some of you may be new to this abomination of a study. These schmucks begin by reading each episode's chapters along with the annotations on the side for funsies. The hosts are a tiny bit special, so don't mind if they butcher or replace everybody's name with something completely horrible or stupid. However, the gibberish that spews forth from their face holes will still be an attempt at reading this book from cover to cover, which I'm sure has tons of wisdom or an insight on whether we can or cannot put things up our butt. If you have time to waste screaming internet memes at random strangers, then join the Discord. Or scream at them personally at your YouTube, Facebook, and Twitch streams. Finally, don't forget to support these idiots doing more lame shenanigans at Amy Newman's Patreon page. All right, schmucks, back to you.
Thank you, Gilbert. I hope you're roasting, toasting, having fun with Carlin. It's odd because Satan, I think, is actually back up here.
Ozzy
He has a
Osbourne
new
too
boyfriend.
now.
Yeah, Ozzy. They come in pairs. Ozzy, Hulk. They're going down there.
Hulk Hogan, yeah, probably.
I'm sending love. We saw the last concert on TV. The femboy bought the, speaking of concerts, bought that last concert. It was pretty good. I didn't watch all of it, but
After the fact, or
no, before, which is
no,
crazy.
Okay. Yeah,
the fact
amazing.
that
You had it.
They didn't know that was going to happen, but they must have felt something because they're like, let's do a final tour.
Right.
And so sending love to all of their families. But yes, we're going to be speaking about a very amazingly warm topic because we're talking both about moving into the suburbs, which isn't exactly exciting, but
gentrification of the desert.
Gentrification of the desert, exactly.
Yeah.
Like, it's a desert, but you want like a front yard, you know what I mean, James? You still want a fence and stuff.
I mean, you need a yard to pick up sticks in so you can be executed for...
Well, that was the other thing.
Well, there you go, Titan.
The other part of this chapter is just murder. Murder. So yes, I'm sending love to everybody. Yes, speaking of which, sending love to You Are Victoria, to Titan Uranus, to Dave Rogers, Trusty Ape, Gerudo Legends, to
got a lot of heathens.
Everybody, Ian Davenport, to everybody out there. We are having fun in the sun on this lovely Friday night. We're gonna see, if we can pour some moisture on the desert that is the Bible. Oh, but James, I still have the ultimate goal of the series to eventually not only do the old, the new, the Quran, and then the Book of Mormon. We may be 90 years old, but as the Bible tells us,
42, so
we have until we're like 600, 800 years old, something like that.
Well, there you go.
So, also sending so much love to all the people who help us keep the show on, all of the super chats, all of the channel members with our evolving badge system down below, probably a bunch of evolution stuff, though James did bait me because sex drives these people crazy. I don't know what it is about mating that, like, specifically they need to have control over. It is a weird phenomena.
It's because anything that you can get enjoyment out of competes with God for your time and attention, right? So God wants you to love him and spend all of your time worshiping him. So anything that you like in the world is very suspect, because you can like it, but you can only like it a certain extent. You can't like it enough that it takes your time away from telling God how great he is, right?
You can have pleasure, but not too much pleasure.
Right. Everything has to be very, very closely moderated so that it doesn't take time away from God. Because God is supposed to be the center of your life. You're supposed to get most of your joy from him. And, if he lets you have a little bit of fun on the side, okay, but, not at his expense.
But he's a jealous God. And let me tell you.
Right. And they'll tell you, what you spend your time on, that's what you worship. If you spend all your days playing video games, you are worshiping your Xbox. You love that Xbox.
It really is. The enemy is not anything naughty. You're right. It's not the naughtiness of sex. It is literally dopamine. Anything that you can get pleasure out of competes with God.
Right. Because instead of having sex, you should be on your knees telling God how great he is, right? That should be more enjoyable to you, more important to you than, having sex more than, once every few weeks.
I guess it's a great replacement. They just want you to make sure that you're on your knees and, serving the right person. I prefer, a little bit of BDSM, but, that works too. Anyway, speaking of which, sending love to all of our Patreons at patreon.com/JamieNewman. James W. and myself, are sending love out to many of our supporters, like Azo, reminding us we have a Skeptic and Ranting community. Chris Disciple, reminding us there are theists in the Skeptic and Ranting community, though fundamentalist Christians may be a little bit upset. Can I tell you something, James? Okay,
Tell me.
And I joke about this. Okay, this is how it goes. How seriously people take the Bible, okay? The metaphorical Christians take it the least seriously. The fundamentalist Christians take it mostly seriously. And then atheists take it very seriously. Like, we take it literally. It says it in there. It says to murder and accept slavery and da-da-da-da-da-da-da. And they're like, well... But it says is what the atheist would.
Well, so it's like if they need something to be metaphorical, it can be. If they need it to be, just a parable, it didn't really happen. It's just a parable to teach. It can be. But if they don't need it to be like that, they can just make it real. Yeah.
I haven't found, maybe unless a new convert or something like that, but almost always it is funny how God's morality and the person's morality always seem to match up one for one. And again, they're always like, but that's objective. I mean, of course it matches with mine and that's what I believe in, but it comes from
it's like it's like Ken Hovind, for instance. So when he was happily married to his first wife, he could tote the New Testament stance on divorce. Like, Jesus says, if you leave your wife and you marry another, you commit adultery. That's what Jesus says. I believe it. Now all of a sudden he's divorced, and his theology liberalized really quick at that point. Let's not be so hasty about this.
Who are we to judge, James? Especially myself. Yes, because when it happens, it's the same phenomena happens.
We're both,
when they have a gay child or something like that, they'll spend, decades saying how wrong it is, but then it's like, well, I kind of want grandkids, so maybe I won't insult my gay child.
I mean, and some of them can't get over it, and that's unfortunate, but I think most of them can. Most parents in that position are able to accept their children and
exactly
be good parents.
Also sending love to It's a Rubiks with a $2 super chat saying, oh, can you hear me now?
I don't hear you.
Maybe
they can hear you. Can you hear me?
I can hear you. I was on mute.
Maybe it's me. Let me refresh. It's probably me.
If you can, they say they can hear
you hear me now.
I am sending.
Okay, I hear you now.
Good.
Okay, you're back.
Welcome back. I am sending love to Rubiks. I am gonna dance around just because.
Thank you, Rubiks.
Sending so much love for all of the support. What is up, Boston? Yes, I have always wanted to visit Boston. I want to visit.
It's one of the few places in the Northeast I've actually been to Boston before.
It's
been to very few places in the North.
It's kind of funny because all of my thoughts about that accent now come from what is the movie with Ben Affleck and Matt Damon? Is it The Town? No, I've seen that. The one where he was really smart and with the locker. And Either way, they did a lot of those. He said he wanted to see an accent that he had never heard before, or they had never seen represented, a specific Boston accent they had never seen represented. And so they did some of their movies. Gerudo, catch up with next show with a theist.
Beautiful Mind.
What's up, Gerudo? Is it a
Goodwill
Hunting? Yes, they made Goodwill Hunting. He said because he had never heard a Boston accent like it, and now everyone thinks that everyone talks like that from Boston. But
we'll get a theist back on the show eventually. They're hard to lure on.
Yes, it is funny sometimes. I think that they run away from wanting to provide evidence for their beliefs. It is much easier when, I will say, and now I'm just talking, but when you have that control to the mute button. But it's funny because we so rarely use the mute button. I'll tell you, I'm getting a little stronger in my through my teachings, my patience level. I feel like if people were talking over now, I don't care if they were an atheist or theist, I feel stronger that I would be like, both of you, no one can hear. Stop it. But yeah, we want to give everyone their ability to speak. I think that's the juicy part when people disagree with us.
Pretty much, yeah.
The dirty secret is, the streams where it's atheists talking with atheists probably get less views and are less interesting.
Oh, yeah.
And I would even say I'm guilty of that myself. I look for content which is probably a little bit more confrontational. You like the back and forth, but I guess they're scared. I want to do a Marty McFly. No. We might have to go outgoing a little bit more sometimes, though, James. I know there's some Muslim channels that definitely. I want to go back on.
Oh, the
Dawa channels.
The main one you used to go on, you could go on that one in about 10 more years.
Speaking of people like him, did you see, I think you said this, but there was an actual stream. A few people are back.
There is a guy who's back. Yeah, he's coming back.
Smokey Saint.
Smoke
apparently is back. Apparently Brett Keane is back. He had in the channel. Had like 30
is he
subs.
A Christian now?
He's still, I think, a Christian because he was interviewing Smokey Saint. So if you're interviewing a James, how can I say this without the YouTube algorithm? I have a great way. It's that Smokey, he might not be a full one, but he was accused of reading PDF files. It's crazy. Adobe works in weird ways.
Ray stared, Sachs offends there.
Yeah. Might not be allowed within certain yards within playgrounds.
Schools, playgrounds.
Schools, playgrounds. But it's okay. But James, here's honestly, and this is where they say that you have to be honest about it, James, okay? As long as you seek forgiveness, and it's not like fake forgiveness. You got to be for realsies about it. And yeah, you might have done things to children or murdered people or other horrible things, but I will remind you, the person's really sorry, super sorry, and loves Jesus now. Loves the Jesus.
But even he's not even sorry. He's taking a defiant tone. He
no, I guess he didn't admit it, right?
Yeah. No, he's still, as far as I know, he's still not admitting it.
It's like a river, the Nile.
It's not me. But if it was me, so what? She's a whore. Stuff like that. Imagine,
really?
imagine saying stuff like that. I mean, come on.
But I feel like that gives it away.
Pretty much, yeah. Because if it wasn't him, you could say, well, I mean, what happened to her was horrible. It wasn't me, but I feel for her. But to say no, it wasn't me. But even if it was, so what? They did nothing wrong. She's this, she's that. Blame the
If
victim.
he wasn't guilty or a sane, secure
Right.
person in my head, and I'm just armchair psychologizing, but would be like, oh my goodness, it not only was it not me, but I hope that person is okay. And the fact that they were assaulted and these
horrible what
men are
happened to
giving
them.
men a bad name and how you feel for her. And but to
Come out and
basically
attack her and insult her. Yeah. It's a horrible look.
that dirty, dirty slut who gets around has nothing to do. Everything that she says is a lie. Okay, buddy, you don't seem like a little bit hurt about it.
Because somebody in the early got seduced by a 13-year-old seductress. He couldn't resist. It was all her. It was all her. I was powerless. Yeah.
The way she talked about My Little Pony.
You want to watch iCarly? Yeah, that sounds great. Actually, I would love to come over and watch iCarly with you. Yeah.
But just because from his debate background, well, we could talk about the epistemology. Oh gosh, James, that and the rage. I only know about this because the rage, and I hate to tie him to any of this because the only tie that he has in the fact that he combated Smokey for so long.
For a while, yeah.
Yes, but rage is back. So if you are seeing this
again,
yes, and it did take me. You could hear him figuring out, talking it out loud. Like, I think I am an atheist. He's like a spiritual atheist, which is whatever. I'm sending love out to Rage. It seemed like once he was getting into it, he did say a lot of, stuff that was similar to what he used to say.
Right, yeah.
I'm just happy to have you back, Knock.
He's always been kind to us, so I have nothing against Knock at all.
And it's so weird how that one subject is so close to us. I know it shouldn't be, but the other channel besides Dawa that I want to go on is I want to go on AP.
Apostate? Yeah.
Can I tell you what annoys me about AP? And I hate saying this, but David Wood is a decent looking guy. Okay? And when you talk with him, he actually seems like a normal human being. Nonetheless, he is an admitted psychopath. And it is weird to have him become not only the buddy, but that same mentorship that I see in other religions where they have to be with them, not 24/7, but now they're always on. Same thing. Excuse me.
Well,
where AP almost doesn't do a stream now without David Wood. And so if I wanted to talk with AP about this subject, I'd have to go through David Wood. And again,
hardwood, huh?
Hardwood. I don't have anything technically bad to say about him. I've actually met David Wood, and we had decent interactions. And yet again, he has told audiences time and time again that he is a psychopath and that the only reason he does not do horrible things is because of Jesus.
So he's admitting that he will emotionally manipulate people, that the feelings he expresses may not be genuine, that he uses it as a tool to manipulate and get what he wants from others.
Yes, and I mean clinical diagnosed psychopathy.
This is what you do. This is how you are. You emotionally manipulate people and get them to do what you want for your own purposes.
And so the fact that he's actually handsome and charming actually makes me more skeptical of it.
Well, I mean, that's your classic like Ted Bundy type character, very charismatic and, well put together and very psychopathic. No sense of empathy, master manipulator.
He wouldn't be, however, the guy that I would want guiding me. I would say, and it's weirder, especially from two of us, I would say, non-spiritual atheists, to have someone like him and say, yeah, he's my spiritual guru. I know he wouldn't use those words, but, that's the
You're talking
effect.
Knock or AP?
No, AP.
Oh,
AP
yeah.
is basically Knock happily is just over here to the side. He's been busy.
He's being spiritual, but he doesn't have David Wood.
He's a spiritual
holding
atheist.
his-
David, AP is a Christian.
yeah.
He has been baptized and done all of the motions. And
I've been
the
baptized, but I'm not.
well, no. Yeah, but there's a difference between.
Yeah, I'm not.
When you're a child, you just do what your parents shove in front of you.
Pretty much.
They're like, I was told to go have a bat mitzvah. Did I care about, Israel and all this other stuff they tried? No, I didn't give a shit. But exactly. And so I think it's different to
Part
make
of your
a
culture and
conscious
heritage is something you
decision.
gotta do.
Yes, he chose to get baptized. And I do. I feel like that is he's in the sauce. He is a Christian. Now, most of his episodes are not about how awesome Christianity is. His brand and how I think David Wood got his clutches into him, to begin with, is all of his videos are anti-Islam. Now, I have to separate that out. I always separate that out in two different things because, the far right and the Christians especially really like to hammer out, and I would say go after anti-Arab sentiment and, anti-Muslim sentiment. And then on the same hand, we're atheists and we don't think the religion's real. And we don't think that religion should exist. And so it's both of those things. I appreciate doing anti-Islam, anti the religion is not true content because that's what we do. However, the focus isn't,
I can agree with that, Brian.
To fetishize any one religion. We often get accused of just caring about Christianity. I would say that just stems from, if you're an ice cream salesperson and one flavor is the most that comes up, you can't give us hate for going over that more. But I would say we do every denomination.
What we come across
every religion
most in our culture.
Exactly. But I found the anti-Hindu debate interesting. I find, I think we're anti-Judaism. I think even though
we've done rabbis before. We've had rabbis on. And
have we done
tackled
rabbis?
Judaism?
Exactly. And, again, it's not to align with the people who hate Jews, because there are lots of people, unfortunately, who hate Jews, who are actually just anti-Jew.
As a people, man.
Yes, as a people. And, Jews are fine.
We just don't like the religion.
The religion just isn't. And I wouldn't even say it's that we hate
true.
the religion. I would say it's not true. Yes, very specifically, it's just
real,
not
man.
true. And the Adam and Eve story really just knocks out all the Abrahamics. Adam and Eve didn't happen. So Judaism, Christianity, Islam, boom. But, we'll do a few more shout outs. I apologize for the coughing. And then we'll get into it.
Oh, boy.
Oh, boy. All right.
What are we going to get into, mistress?
Oh, my. Now that's the topic, the kinky topic to find out. But sending love also to Dale Pastel, reminding us we're looking for empirical evidence. davegar, reminding us that the world is round and 4.5 billion years old. Rachel Holland, reminding us you shouldn't probably take slaves from the nations around you. Just go to a kink club. Ian
But our book
Davenport.
says, take slave from the nations around. Says we can right here.
And they have apologetics for that too. They literally have apologetics for everything, which
Everything,
this has
yeah,
been
everything.
around 2,000 years, but a lot of them are very silly. Like the
Very silly.
sillier the passage, the sillier the apologetic. Like Jesus and the fig tree. Like he got angry at a fig tree when it was out of season, and
It's a metaphor for Israel.
is it now? Because it just seems like Jesus threw a hissy fit.
Israel not producing fruit. Israel doesn't accept him.
But that's the problem when someone has to be perfect, is you can never have a mess up. You can't have anything like, was Jesus allowed to sneeze? Or is that considered?
I don't think he was. I don't know that he was bodily perfect. I don't think he was perfect.
But see, but how do you measure being perfect?
Yeah.
It is so he was just morally perfect. He just always did the right thing in every situation.
He had no moral guilt. Yeah.
No moral
I
guilt.
mean, he could still stub his toe and
but he shared his fries.
slip and fall. Yeah. His fish
I always
fingers.
wondered.
I just want to know. Fish fingers and bread. He gave all those out.
Gave lots of bread. Gave lots
And
of
fish
food
fingers,
that was
yeah.
apparently his body. But well,
he still does that every Saturday, every Sunday, every day. In fact, they do Catholics. They do mass at a lot of churches every day. So it's constantly.
During COVID,
even after the mass, Amy, they take a piece of the Eucharist and they put it in a container and they hang it over the altar. So even if you come in later in the day, there'll still be a piece of him that you can adore and worship. You can't eat it, but you can at least look at it and adore it and worship it.
During COVID, they had little packs and they were one-off bread, but like Lunchables, and then one-off little wine blood things. If you're eating the body and the blood of someone, it's a cult, right? Can we just all agree?
I mean,
I get so much flack for using that word.
At least, yeah.
But how much
it was a cult that made it.
On
it started
the
out
nose
that way.
Can you get? Exactly. I mean, all religions are, but I mean, come on, body and blood. Okay, you do you. Sending love to Ian Davenport, reminding us apologetic arguments ain't so great. And finally, we're doing it, James. Sending love to Reach House. We are doing our Skeptic Bible Study. It feels great to be back. We are indeed. In a second, I'm going to give it to James, and then we're going to start our chapters. We are reading Joshua chapter 21, Suburbs for the Levites, and 22. Well, unfortunately, the other tribe nearby has a different god or a different altar than them. So you know what we have to do, James. I assume hugs, kisses. I assume, right? It gets more murder, much more murder. What's up, Sinister? What's up, EV? What's up, everyone? What's up, Praise I Am That I Mama? It never gets old. I don't know why it never gets old. I think because it bothers them so much. That's why. Music by Brian. What's up, Dave Rogers? Because, again, it's just they can't handle sexuality in any form. It is interesting, James. Oftentimes when I get pronoun wrong, you have two options: to ignore or be sarcastic. I've tried to just ignore and just flow with it, but the sarcastic route sometimes triggers them. You'll call them the other pronoun and they will freak out. What was the person? I forget who. Someone was like, "You." Oh, it was Mr. Batman, who to me he's like, "I am a sir." Yeah, well, demand me a sir. Mm-hmm.
Okay, madam.
Okay, madam. Madam Batman. I think Mr. Batman would be his father. I don't know if he's earned that title. What's up, Blaster Master? Exactly. Ugh, sexually repressed in the Catholic Church. Yes. Yeah, here's the problem with the Catholic Church. Like, I like that they're pro-science, and so, they accept evolution and they accept the Big Bang, and yet, I don't know. I'm kind of anti-child. I'm sorry. Sorry, TOS. What did you hear? Did you hear anything? James, what is with religion? Smokey Saint has that shtick, but I swear, what's his name? You were just saying him earlier ago that went for 10 years. I swear he went to religion because of that. He knew
that was part of it. Yeah.
I mean, America.
He specifically went to a religion that kind of has a more nuanced
take of
a bit more libertine in that regard.
But
if
America
prophet did it, why can't I do it?
Exactly. And again, I know they hate that. The Muslims hate that we harp on that.
It's not an effective argument to make against them. It kind of just washes off of them. But in analyzing his specific motivations,
but it is weird that he chose that religion of all those.
As far as that goes.
But yes, I mean, it's a very American thing, a very American phenomena. As you're about to go to jail or in jail to find God, I'm not blaming him for that because that happens all the time. Unfortunately, here it's just the weird coincidence of the specific crime. But James, Lord works in mysterious ways. Speaking of which, all right, I'm going to hand it over to you, and then we're about to get rolling. We are Skeptic Bible Studying. Woohoo! We are talking about somehow the desert suburbs and then altar wars.
That was about a video I sent Amy maybe a month ago or so. I was from a court hearing here in Florida. There was a sentencing hearing for a guy named Zephon Xavier, who decided that he wanted to kill people. So he took a 9mm to the local bank, the SunTrust Bank, and decided to execute the 5 clerks that worked in there just because. No reason. He just felt like killing people. And before he went, he texted his girlfriend and friends and told them it was going to be a great day. He was excited about this. And then, of course, in court, he's embraced Christianity. Well, congratulations at that point. Go fuck yourself. But it's part of our culture. People look, at least a good chunk of the population looks more kindly upon that. But the system is rife with that. We have this idea that faith, in particular Christianity, is seen as this ultimate virtue. It's a way to virtue signal and tell everybody that you're a good person. Ironically, by saying or cloaking yourself like, oh, I'm a bad person, I'm horrible, that's why I need a savior. But they're trying to say how moral and good they are now that they realize how horrible they are and that they need Jesus. Y'all need Jesus. That's a cultural meme in our society that unfortunately isn't going anywhere probably anytime soon, but let's hope it's not going to be around forever. And I don't think it will. Religion is running out of gas. Its days are numbered. The writing's on the wall, but it's going to be a slow death, but a death it is going towards. So I sent Amy a couple videos, one about probably just an AI video, because AI either loves to troll us to get views or it likes to say things that get Christians paying attention, whichever one it knows. AI doesn't care. It just does whatever it happens to get views, right? Yeah. Well, there you go. Yeah. Because God does excuse some pretty horrible things in the Old Testament. And And, divine command theory. The divine command theory. It all makes it okay. God's got a good reason. Yeah, we are. And that doesn't mean we are witnessing the death rolls. That doesn't mean it's not going to vacillate. It might have like peaks where it comes back a little bit stronger. We've seen that. But the overall trend is going to be down. It really doesn't have much to offer anybody in any meaningful way, and that's why it's evolving. It's becoming much more watered down, and that's one thing that tells you it's not true, because if it's true, it stands firm. If it's true, it just is what it is, and it doesn't care what people think of it. And the Bible says God is not a respecter of persons. He doesn't care what we think about his laws and his attributes and everything. He doesn't care. He is what he is. He doesn't care what we think about it. But that's not what we get from religion. We see religion constantly evolving, Christianity constantly evolving. The Christianity being taught from the pulpits today that has some similarities, but in many ways it's quite different from even 50, 60, 70 years ago, 100 years ago. It's very different. They were much more authoritative back then when, they had more of a hold on society. They had more people in the pulpits. They had more power. Now they don't have as much power. They have to kowtow around. And the people don't even really care anymore. Well, they don't even care about like the doctrines and all. The churches are abandoning all that. This is like, it's basically just, I want to pretend I get to live forever, so therefore I won't have to be afraid of death. So, okay, you believe in Jesus, you get to live forever. There you go. Come pay us money. We'll tell you how great heaven's going to be, and that's it. They like, I don't want to actually be told what to believe in. I don't want to be told what I have to do or believe or think. No, you don't have to. We don't tell you what you believe, what you want to believe. You just come. We'll tell you you believe, you go to heaven, and you pay us some money maybe, and then you leave. That's it. That's why you see like what's growing, in fact, are these non-denominational churches, these non-dom churches where they don't really even have any set doctrines or beliefs, because they don't even care about that anymore. It's all illusion. It's all a feeling. That means we're winning. They are bending for society, not the other way around. It used to be the other way around, where they expected society to conform to them. They don't even pretend that's the way it goes anymore. We say jump, they say how high, and they do it. Yeah, I mean, they read parts of their book. They read. There's a lot of it they don't read, and that they don't care to read. And performative garbage. It's willful delusion is what it is. It's all these beliefs, these doctrines are all supported by. It's all a house of cards. Once you start asking questions, once you start kicking around the edges, none of it really stands up to scrutiny. None of it really, cuts it where the metal meets the meat. But so they don't even ask those questions anymore. They don't, because they know if they did, the damn thing would start falling apart fast. It's about maintaining belief at all costs, almost.
Yep. Once you go into logistics, everything kind of falls apart.
Right. And we don't even care about that, man. It's just God is love. Well, I mean, you read the Bible, there's some love in there, but there's a lot of other stuff in there that doesn't sound very loving. Well, God, he works in mysterious ways, right?
That's right.
That's actually what even when other Christians would, he was actually right. The asshole himself, Fred Phelps, when Christians would say God is love, and he's like, well, he's got a funny way of showing it, don't he? And it's like, actually, Fred, he's right about that, because God does a lot of things that don't sound very loving at all. So if you want to delude yourself into thinking he's all love, well,
He loves you. Also, might drown most of the planet every once in a while. Listen,
I mean, terrible
gotta do
things
what
will
you gotta
happen
do.
to you and your family, and you know, you'll ask for his help, and a lot of times he'll say no, but I still love you. You know.
Still love you. We're gonna ask you to kill a bunch of people, but I still love
Oh,
you.
your wife is sick. You want me to heal her? Well, no, I'm not going to. But I still love you. But no, she's not going to be healed. She's going to go through a very painful, very drawn out death process where there will be lots of suffering and anguish, and then she's going to die. But I love you. I love her too, as a matter of fact. It's all got a purpose, don't you see?
But at least there is one advantage to this god over the next one, and that is he will let you die. I mean, it's going to be a heck of a way before you die, but you know.
Oh, well, not once you get to the New Testament.
Well, no, once you get to the New Testament, then
He doesn't let you die anymore.
He then lets you, that's right. Then the fun's just begun. Well, and they always say he's the nicer guy. And it's one of those things where, like, well, when the sequel happens, you know, the horror is never, you know, they never put it out up front. They gotta repackage it.
Well,
listen, he'll love you forever and ever as long as you serve him and, you know, don't work for Satan.
Well, it's like the penalty for being wrong has to go up inversely squared with the evidence they actually have for it. Like, look, we have no evidence for this shit. Like, we can't give you anything, but the penalty for being wrong is so great that you just better fucking believe it anyway, because holy shit.
What if you're wrong?
Believe it. Yeah, you better believe it, but we ain't got shit to show you.
Speaking of which, let's go into what they do have to show us. We are going to a Bible study. As we
I thought you were going to talk about Ted Haggard's browser history.
Ted Haggard is completely heterosexual.
It'll all be women on his browser history. Trust me.
Yes, I'm pretty sure.
No penises on his browser history.
Just like Alex Jones would like you to remind me, all of those women are completely heterosexual.
Born woman, born with a vagina.
Listen, it's like a woman plus. Or we're the vegetarian versions. Anyway, we are getting into it. That's right. We are reading Joshua chapter 21. We are going to go over the annotations at the beginning, at the end, so that we have all the context. And right away, we can see some action-packed categories. We have this exciting chapter ahead of us. I'm pretty sure that's what
Party
the
time?
Z's. Yes, over this guy. This guy is screaming, woo! It's such a fun, exciting chapter. And then we have, oh, shoot.
What's that?
That's weird.
Look it up. They'll tell you what it is. Yeah.
Well, no, it seems like there may actually be an inconsistency or a contradiction in the Bible, but that can't be true. And then finally...
No, there couldn't be.
There couldn't be. We have prophecy.
What happened?
We're going to look into the future and probably be wrong, but we'll reinterpret it until it's right. And so, you know,
okay,
we'll be okay.
Let's do it. We'll be all right.
Let's do it. We're getting into it. The suburbs for the Levites. We're going to start off by reading about the Levites came to Elzer the priest and to Joshua at Silo, saying, God commanded Moses to give us cities to live in and suburbs for our cattle. Well,
you need suburbs for the cattle, you know.
Listen, they're very domesticated cattle.
The Burbs. Tom Hanks, Carrie Fisher.
Yes, I'm pretty sure. Yeah. I'm pretty sure Gary Busey is one of the prophets in here. Anyway, then came near the heads. They were getting to third base of the fathers of the Levites genes. On to Elzer. The priest class was pretty decent. Really liked to support the party. And Joshua, the son of just a nun. She didn't want to give us, her whole name, just wanted to give us the... She
didn't want to get in trouble for breaking her vows of chastity.
A naughty nun.
Celibacy.
Or as she would say, no naughty nuns. And on to, again, giving the heads of the fathers, called him daddy, of the tribes of the children of Israel.
Shmishmael.
Oh, jeez, it's been a year. It really feels good. I'm going to take a drink. All right. And they spack all over him. Very naughty. On to them at Shiloh. In Shiloh, in the land of Canaanite. Also, the Canaanites trigger. It's so funny how much the Canaanites trigger, like
Israel, even though they are
Israel.
Canaanites.
Yes, themselves. Even though they are exactly. Yeah. But picky. I forgot where I was just because my thing double
second
screened.
Sentence of the
and they spack in the land of Canaan. I got triggered over Canaan, saying, "The Lord Shmord commanded by the hand of our main
What's your commander's name?"
His name is Sarah, I think. We used to have a Moses.
That's from a
soundboard. We're tearing off all of the
dust. You're looking for Charlton Heston there?
I'm looking for Charlton Heston.
There you go.
And it's crazy because Charlton Heston is dead at this point. Moses has long been dead. They're just name checking him. But yeah.
Moses is so dead he never even existed.
No, I know. He never existed. But like, you know, within story-wise,
in story mode, prophets. Yeah, he's been dead for a while now.
I found Bernie Sanders much better than a prophet. He tells billionaires not to make so much profits. What were we doing? Moses, to give us the cities to dwell in. God said we should live somewhere. Well, what if we kind of headed out to the suburbs and, you know, took our cows with us? Oh, well, fine. The children of Israel
will be lower.
Everything's going to be great. Mm-hmm. I hear it's a safer community.
Who are darker than they are. Yes.
I do find it funny if you look into the history of, you know, who the Jews were. They were a break-off of the Canaanites, and yet so much of like the Old Testament is like, the Canaanites suck. It's like, okay, sound a little jealous, but whatever. We're heading out to the suburbs, James. And there was like
wink.
Wink. And there was a lot of us. There was like so many families, the Kothalites and the Shmathalites and the Mattatites and the children of Aaron. I wish it was Aaron Ra. It should have been Aaron Ra.
Ones who didn't get burnt.
Yes.
Ones who didn't get burnt for fire.
Ones who didn't get set ablaze. Well, that's because they were originally from the Levi genes, people. And they had out of the tribe of Judah, I'm sure this is going to be, everything's going to be happy, and out of the tribe of Simon Says. All right. And there were many other tribes, like the tribe of Breaking Benjamin. And there were 13 colonies, I think, probably.
All about the Benjamins.
All about the Benjamins. That's a good song too. And the rest of the children of the corn had a lot out of the families. Like, there was the tribes of Ephraim. There was oh my God, the best tribe of all. I love when the Bible does this.
Here she
but
goes,
seriously, I get Benjamin maybe, but like the Levites, Kohathites, Aaron, Simon, and Dan, right before Ephraim. And out of the half tribe of the Manischewitz wine, which was fantastic, and it was like 10 cities. Anyway, the children of Gohan
don't drink more than one bottle, or you'll regret it the next day.
I like the grape juice so much better. Like all these religions have wine, but
Kedem, they have Kedem grape juice. It's good, yeah.
Yeah, you might as well go with that. Matzah's not terrible. The problem with matzah is like any like blank bread is that you need to put something on it. And so, you know, if you have matzah with peanut butter, you like the peanut butter. Just getting hungry. Anyway, we were talking with Gohan and the families of the tribe of James. I know you're not a programmer, but I'll continue to say this looks like someone is trying to name a variable. Like, this is a character. Cool. What should I call this variable? I need to give this character a variable name. Is a character. Such an obscure joke, but still. Issachar, Urachar, and out of the tribe of Ash Ketchum, a Pokemon joke that only millennials will probably get. Out of the tribe of Naphtali, and half of the tribe, just half of the tribe. I like how it's
just half, yeah.
I swear there's probably an apologetic. It's like, well, James, this is how you know it's true, okay? Because it wasn't the whole tribe of Manisha. It was half of them.
It's half, right.
Just half.
Very specific.
Exactly. In the 13 cities and the 13 colonies, and they were selling things very
we have no
specifically.
evidence for any of these cities, but they just believe them on faith that they were real.
Yes. Well, they do have evidence, James. Every time we ask for evidence, they'll say, well, look, it says it right there, right in the Bible, right there. But the children were selling things on Mercy. It even existed back then, probably, on the Silk Road, which was far away from the desert, but don't pay attention. Out of the tribe of Dave Reuben, who was still annoying people even back then. Nicely dressed, though, so you got that going. Out of the tribe of Gadsad, is he even still a thing? I don't know. Out of the tribe of Zubalubenhuben, and there were 12 cities. I like how they give numbers like that. 13 cities, 10 cities, 12 cities. Okay. But anyway, we just read the Levites came to Elzar the priest and to Joshua at Silo, saying, God commanded Moses to give us cities to live in and suburbs for our cattle. I just think it's funny that they're like making demands to God. Gotta live in the suburbs, James. But let's move forward so the Israelites gave the Levites cities and the suburbs by like a lot. No, they gave them a lot. As God commanded Moses. Because this was back at a time where God could actually have one-on-one conversations with people.
Right.
Also, again, I just think it's like, you ever watch a show, James, where like maybe a character has died or something, and so they have to do flashbacks, so if you're like a new audience member, you remember what happened?
Yeah.
This feels like that. Like, you know, like remember when Moses commanded? It's like, oh, we're still talking about Moses? Oh, no, he's like chapters ago, but like we're still following his stuff.
I hate when you like go to a movie, right? And there's the start of the movie, and then immediately goes into flashback. It's like, okay, here's this guy now 3 years earlier. It's like, okay,
why do we care about this guy? Okay. All right, so we are getting we're jumping right into the suburbs. Ask and thou shalt gentrify, as James said.
We will redistrict your lines very
yes.
nonpartisan.
Oh, that was the joke I wanted to make. Exactly. What I like about this, James, these 2 chapters, is it's the Israelites being commanded by God to take land by war. But what I like about these 2 chapters is I don't think it's relevant to this time period. I don't think that'll ever happen again. And so I think we're safe. Safe. As if we're running through baseball and we've made it. But, we'll talk about it anyway. And the children of Israel.
Shmishmail.
I think it makes me laugh more than anything, but that's okay. Gave Lot onto the Levi's genes. These cities, which were somehow different than the suburbs, again, had nicer fences, gave you a little bit of a yard. And the Lord Bob.
Still feel like it's corner, but that's the fun.
Yeah. Maybe you have a little bit of spot to park your chariot, something like that. But you were commanded by
nice shacks to keep your slaves in. Just like
yes.
I mean, just like a 5x10 shack, you can put like 20 of them in there. They can just make do.
Exactly. You have more space for your human property that God gave you.
Stack them on top of each other. Who cares? They're
exactly.
Property. If 1 or 2 of them die, I mean, it is what. Who cares? It's not a big deal.
Picky. And again, you can beat them. And listen, you can't kill them there, but if they live, then you're fine.
They don't die right away.
Exactly. Then
after
you're
a day, if they make it,
Well, after a day or so, clearly it was their fault for dying. Come on. But yes,
and when I did praise I am slavery, and he's like, oh, but these cases you're mentioning, they have nothing to do with biblical slavery. Like, yes, but I'm showing that, like, the case of Arthur Hodge, who beat his slave Prosper to death, was actually executed for it in British East Indies. His slave lasted 13 days after Arthur Hodge had him beaten on 3 consecutive days for dropping a mango. Context there is, well, according to the Bible, if he lasts 13 days, Arthur Hodge is totally in the clear. There's nothing to complain about. Yeah, no. He lasted 13 days. I mean, he suffered all of them, but he didn't die.
The word they use, and it's, again, and my 2-word political correctness hypothesis, but they always will say, well, James, it wasn't like the transatlantic slave trade. Come on now. And it was like, no, I'm pretty sure it was very similar. Like,
in some ways it was worse. It wasn't, maybe not worse in all ways, but in some ways it was worse. The famous picture of the beaten slave Peter, who they took pictures of his wounds after he had been severely beaten, and used it for abolitionist purpose. But he didn't die at all. And his beating was so severe that his owner, the actual guy who owned him, when he saw how bad the overseer had beaten him, he fired the overseer, because even in their culture of the antebellum South, that beating was considered excessive, right? By most of the standards, they didn't want their slaves beaten that badly, which, I mean, is a very low bar to put. But even still, that is still way more humane than God's.
In other words,
the God's version of it, because he didn't
looks
die.
like a slave trade from, well, not this specific chapter, but it looks like a slave trade from thousands of years ago. So it's they rub it, trying to sell it as if it's nicer. James, it was the good slavery. There is no good slavery. Nonetheless, let's continue forward. And they gave the children of Hey Judah out of the tribe of the children of Simon says. These cities, which are mentioned by name, therefore thousands of years in the future, Christian apologists can use them as if they are evidence for it actually existing. Though they say things that actually exist that we know, like Egypt, and that doesn't make it more real or more true. So that apologetic's kind of silly. Which the children of Aaron
But
Ra...
did you know, though, that not only did Egypt exist, Amy, they had a king, and that king was called a pharaoh.
Oh, I know. A pharaoh. I know. I love that apologetic, too. Yeah. But
They
the
knew
pharaohs
that
are not named. And so, guess they're not
sure
that
they are.
important.
Pharaoh. They're all named Pharaoh.
What's up, God equals the square root of -1. And no, you don't need to be clothed. Come as you are, just not in our sheets. Moving forward, we're knee-deck into gentrifying the desert, I think. Again, a non-relevant topic that will never be talked about. Yes, exactly. Okay, so the children of Aaron Ra being the families of the koala bearites, who were the children of Levi's genes, they were the first. They got the first lot. And they gave them a whole city of Arabia, had a magic lamp and everything. There was even the father, Anakin. He was Darth Vader, which the city is Hebron. Not as good as LeBron is anyone, though. I like making that joke because I don't actually know anything about sports. In the hill country of the King of Judah, with the suburbs there. And they were being all round about it and stuff. They had to go around and around and around. They tell us this is the modern architecture that we, in cities and suburbs, but it just seems like I'm making myself nauseous and going around and around. But the fields of the city were fantastic. We just flowing with wheat and stuff in the desert. And the villages thereof were like a Minecraft village. Gave they to Caleb, Coheed and Caleb, the son of Junah for his possession. Fantastic. James, remember, this is the word of God, and so this can't be edited. This can't be made into something else. Every time
it should be memorized.
It should be memorized, yes. But every time I get, the argument from them, they're like, that's just the Old Testament. And I'm like, okay, so edit some of it out. And then there's a million apologetic arguments for, why you have to keep it. It's context. It's history. It's not, okay.
It's all important.
All important. 100% fiber. Thus they gave the children of Aaron Ra the priest Hebron, who was trying to cast as many spells as he could, but he was having a hard time with this new suburb. To be a city of refuge, don't talk about that around. They might deport you for the Slayer. And Libana.
It's like our Flesh Runner series.
Yes, I think. And Jarda the Hub was also this was her suburbs. She was like, And Esmatoa with her suburbs. We all get, James, you were right. And you get a suburb. And you get a suburb. Yeah, and Holland the Colon with her suburbs. And Debris with her suburbs. But,
look, there you go.
There was debris everywhere.
They're gendering the cities as female. Look at that.
I know.
It's very inclusive.
James,
Bible
this happens
is inclusive
all the time in literature. And when I argue with them about gender, they will have a million arguments on why the God has to be a he. It's got to be a guy. And it gets anywhere. These are the two sides, James. horribly misogynistic, where it has to be that God is a male because God, men are smarter leaders, blah 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 blah, or really weirdly postmodern, where it's like, well, what is language and what is a male and a man and a blah blah blah, and so maybe God is just a he by the nature of the language. Either one, you're like, all right, calm down. But has to be a he. Just has to be.
Absolutely.
Yes. James, sometimes videos are clickbait, but if I see the word suburb one more time, I think I am going to pass out. Okay.
You might.
And Ian with her suburbs. Everyone just chilling with their very specific suburbs in the desert for some reason. And Judah with hers. And Beth-Meshahesha with hers. And there were 9 cities out of these 2 tribes. And if you argue with me about it, well, then I'm going to slap a hoe. And out of the tribes of Breaking Benjamin and Gibbon, who has an amazing channel on YouTube, but she also Gibbon also gets the suburbs, and Geba and Anathema and Alaman. I mean, everyone just gets cities and suburbs. All the cities of the children of Aaron Ra, they were priests. No one's a paladin. No one's a shaman. That is heretical.
What about a mage?
I know. We need some. That also probably. It's just warriors. Maybe a paladin, but basically it's just priest class. And the families of the children of the corn. And the Levites' James, which remained of the children of the corn. Even they had cities. Even they? Wow. And out of the tribe of Ephraim. Even Dan? For they gave them Shechem. It was all over. Ugh. Just feels like Shechem. With suburbs in Mount Ephraim. These were the tribe of Ephraim, so I guess it would make sense that it would be in Mount Ephraim. To be the city of refuge, but we don't like refugees, probably, for the Slayer and the Geezer with her suburbs. And Kizabam, who was related to Shazam and Bethron, and it was 4 cities. Cool. What did we just read? So the Israelites gave the Levites cities and suburbs by lot, as God commanded Moses. And so we're going to do it. All right, yes, James. This is what I was really waiting for. The tribe of Dan gave Al-Jazan and its suburbs to the Levites. I just like how they're giving out land. I feel like none of these types of problems will ever happen in history, so I guess we're just going over this for no reason. But there just seems to be something wrong about God and his prophets just handing out land. And again, and I get
that's not theirs. There's other people that live there.
A lot of people tell me, because I always say the religion, I really do. I feel as 50-50 about Palestine, Israel, to like really name check it as possible. I feel it's 50-50. Because every time, I always say it's religion, and a lot of people will tell me, Amy, you're just simplifying, you're oversimplifying it. It's about, it's about land. It's about culture. It's about all these other things. And then I go, okay, but is the culture and the religion trying to tell them to get land? Because if so, then I just think they're very similar people. And the civilians, my heart goes out. I'm always on the side of civilians. I always think it's the fundamentalist leaders who read their religious book and they go, well, look, the book says it's ours and God's on our side, so we're going to keep on pushing. And if you just remove that, then all you have is a bunch of people, the civilians, who are like, well, I want to trade corn, and these people want to buy corn.
But they worship another god.
Well, I know, exactly.
Can't buy corn from them.
And so as long as you remove that, I don't know, but it has to be a really complicated answer, James. The other thing I don't understand, and again, I don't understand what the big deal about saying Palestine as a state is, because didn't that happen like a long time ago? I don't understand that either. I either support a two-state solution in which you all have your own state, because that apparently Pakistan, India, we got to have our own state. I find that so interesting. Did you know that the guy who came up with the word Pakistan got exiled from Pakistan and died in London alone?
I did not.
Religion. Let me tell you, religion. And so, like, just share your toys. I would actually say you should have a one-state solution where 100% of the people share 100% of the land. But, you know, that's too radical. So just have two states.
They won't
and
work.
just
Can't work.
And just friggin' share your toys. One way or the other. I know. But it's not religion, James. I'm sorry. Let's go back to something that has nothing to do with that. God was telling us to take land? Okay, let's go back into Dan, our favorite guy. And out of the tribe of the best tribe ever, Dan, there was Elkatha with her suburb. Everyone, James. And Elkatha and Givathorn and allergies and Garthamon, not Garthamon, and Manischewitz wine, but only, again, James, this is how you know it's true. Only half the tribe.
Concord grape.
Yeah, only the Concord, only the best grapes. Tonkalanka also got one. Are these Garthamon with her suburbs? Garthamon. James, I really feel like the person who wrote the Bible was getting paid per word. Like, what is going?
We've said that before.
Like, look, that's the same sentence. Yeah. Okay, whatever. All the cities were rated 10. 10 out of 10 would do again with their suburbs for the families.
They all have perfect Yelp reviews. Yeah.
Perfect Yelp reviews. It has to be perfect because God doesn't do anything that. Even when I bring up God is a jealous God, they're apologetic for that. Wouldn't you be jealous? Isn't it really humble? No, I'm pretty sure jealousy is kind of still jealousy at the end of the day. And I get it. We all get jealous, but it's a very human emotion. And on to the children of Gershon, which were a little bit different from Gohan. They were still Super Saiyans, of the families of the Levites genes, and of, again, only the other half of the tribe of Manischewitz wine. We got to separate them. But they gave Golan in Bashan with her suburbs. Everyone gets a suburb. To be the city of refuge, and the others can't have refugees. We're just going to fling them. For the city of Beetlejuice, and out of the tribe of Issachar, again, because we're running out of variable names.
You're still getting run around by those cats.
They're like, what is going on? I know. I have so many fun tools. James, this is still my favorites. Just picking out a thing at a random. But remember, James, what we have here is the most valuable tool known to mankind, or at least that's what Bubbles, one of the theists, told us.
Oh, yes.
I haven't been able to order pizza with it yet, but I've been told it's a very powerful tool.
You have to use your other tool, and then I'm pretty sure you can order almost anything with it.
Well, that's when they get here, and then I say I don't have enough money, and yet I seem to be naked, and so maybe, yes. Excuse me. All right. Let's continue onward, because, James, what I love about this, I think this chapter is often quoted at marriages and funerals, right? Because of the wisdom that it is imparting to us.
Marriages, funerals, criminal sentencing. Yeah.
But again, it can't be edited. It has to be there. I don't want to miss anything, but how could you can tell the difference? Okay, I made fun of the variable name. And Kishin, he was kissing everyone or her with Deborah, and they were with Jarmuth and Igarimin, who is an enigma. God, it's so hard to get close to. But there was also the tribe of Ashkasham. They were trying to catch Pokemon. And Michelin, the Michelin people, great at fixing chariots even back then. Abden, they have great abdomens, along with Helkatha and what is that shoe place? Not Nike. God.
Adidas.
Not Adidas. The R1. Reebok. Thank you. Thank you, chapters. And Reebok. Oh my goodness. I shouldn't scroll because it all looks the same. Oh my goodness. Like James. It is like looking into a void. And the tribe of Napoleon. He was a little bit ticklish with kiddish. Napoleon Dynamite, exactly. I'm pretty sure with the great dance moves. They also set up a city of refuge for the Slayer. And there was...
I've got to have a place for the Slayer.
Yes, or else he'll slay. What's Up Music by Brian? Yes, people basically just want power and control. And... yeah, there's religion.
Free beer.
Free beer, mostly. You know, beer is actually as old as religion. At least that is still useful to this day. Do you still want food or not? You came in, it's like you wanted out, but then you wanted to try to nibble. Cats, let me tell you. The cats also ruling ancient Egypt as much as this was back then. Probably more so.
They've been domesticated for quite some time, so.
Yes. The cats are us.
Well, it's kind of a mutual domestication.
Just saying, they don't pick up our... Hamathor carton, though I have this automatic thing is amazing. You have to fix it every once in a while, but oh my goodness, best investment ever. A carton of cigarettes with her suburbs, the Gershonites according to their families, the children. If they're going to be selling, Mercy is going to be selling great purses out in the desert, then they'll come out to the rest of the Levi jeans. Zublin, the Hoopelin, and the Joker.
Michael Kors. Do they have Michael Kors?
They have Michael Kors, and somehow they're always cool. With her
always
suburbs,
on sale too.
Always on sale. I do like a good Michael Kors.
What woman doesn't? Let's be honest.
Listen. Oh, I actually do have a nice purse collection. I shouldn't, but I don't have like $1,000 purses. But
back when he was on Project Runway, Michael Kors, he was always one of the fun ones to have on.
Is he? He's got a good personality.
Oh yeah. He was always real fun with the contestants.
Great totes.
I used to watch that with my sister back when we would have sibling bonding time. She used to like that show, so I just kind of got accustomed to it. It's
okay.
Yeah,
I probably would too.
My ex at the time, she's like, "Are you sure you're not gay?" I'm just watching TV with my sister.
Just bonding.
Yeah.
And listen, secure women like that shit anyway.
Exactly.
Dimma also was hanging out with Nulla with all of their suburbs in the 4 cities. James, there's a lot of suburbs in a lot of cities. Dave Rubin. With his sandwich, who eats a Reuben, Bezer, Kinezer, Jazer.
Does he live in Miami?
I think so. Probably gets a great tan. I have to fight not to go to Miami. The Jewish, family. It's kind of like ducks. They want to migrate.
Gotta go to Boca Raton.
Get it again. I like being see-through, but I love that temperature. And I even I would wear a moist heat. I got waterproof makeup on now. Suburbs, all the suburbs. Gadsad, Remeth in Plymouth, with his Gillette razor. Again, they're going to lots of Slayer concerts with Manahana, Heshbon, with the Jazzer family. Jazz. Mercy again for some reason. And we're, again, lots of Levite genes within their possession of their children of Israel.
Shmishmael.
We're 40. It's a lot. And 8 cities, very specifically. They all had suburbs.
Nobody to live in them, but hey.
Exactly. These cities are everyone. They fit everyone that matters, and we won't have any problems. So there. These were all the cities. We just read the tribe of Dan gave Ashen and its suburbs to the Levites. Cool. We're transferring land. And the final part of this chapter, and
I feel like this is like real estate fraud.
I know. Well, again,
maybe they could have like an attorney to make it all legit for them.
It's just a weird claim that God can give you land. And like, I know there is a historical accuracy to Jews being kinda around there for,
Right.
But like,
this is where they originated from.
Here's the thing, James. I'm going to quote a game that means nothing to you, and then I'm going to tell you why it should be outlawed, okay? War. War never changes.
What is it good for?
Yes, basically. And, it's hard for me to ever, like, be happy that that someone pushed another person out. We as Americans, a long time ago, we came in when the Indians were already here. They're not even really supposed to be called Indians. We just called them that because we thought this was India. And, the Spanish came down and did the same thing. And like, all of that is horrible. I can't blame us, okay? You and I weren't there. None of us alive today were there. So it's stupid for me to blame us, just like it's stupid for me, in my opinion, to blame any living Palestinian or Israeli for what is going on. That being said, war should be illegal. Like,
You can blame religion.
It shouldn't be. Yes. Oh, I do blame religion. Both of those things. It's because of religion, and it shouldn't be legal. Now, I know it sounds very hippie-ish to say war shouldn't be legal, and I've come like full circle, James. It's like when you're really young and you're like, yeah, war shouldn't be legal, and It's very simplistic. And then you go through this weird rigmarole, and yet I'm back at the same position somehow, which is like, no, it's actually our fault. The reason that war still happens is because good people do nothing. We allow it. The people who have the strongest military force, I'm not going to name which country that is, but we often get called the police. And I think we're shitty police sometimes. We go to wars to not find freedom. We say we want them to, we're going to find freedom, but instead we want oil. I think if we actually did good, but that's not going to happen. That's too idealistic right now because we're not in a situation. We're arguing still here politically, nationally.
So we do exist on a world with finite resources and different groups of people, and so conflicts are going to inevitably spring up. Unfortunately, that's just inevitable.
I agree.
At this point,
but it should happen. We should handle them at this point diplomatically.
But the thing is, you can't always get people to agree. And what happens sooner or later down the road, there has to be some mechanism where force gets applied.
Oh, I agree.
And then if that other person doesn't like the force being applied, they're going to fight back the force, and then you have war.
No, I agree. I 100% agree. My solution is the strongest person in power has to be that enforcer. I don't want to say who that is. Wink, wink, wink. I think that we are shitty world police. We often get called world police, and we don't want to hang that label. I think if you are the strongest people in power,
I
and
think we should be
people,
more interventionist. We should.
it's
be
the only way
more.
you don't have war, is that you go in and you say to both Israel and Palestine, knock it off. Like, I don't know how else to. The only reason that it'll never end is
the
because
underlying conflict.
those fundamentalists are always going to hate each other. They're always going to see,
Right.
and each side always has good points. And it's because both are
Sure.
true. Because the fundamentalists do terrible
It's not
things to each
objective.
other.
It's not objective.
And so you could go and split it 50% and go for either direction and be like, well, they did this and they did this. Yeah, they're both doing horrible things. And so maybe cut out the religion and let the people that want to sell corn, it's not corn, but you know what I mean. They're the people who want to sell fish. Those are the people who suffer the most on both Palestine and Israel.
Sure.
And yes,
kids who just want to go to school, and
my hair is becoming
just
bluer.
Go to shop and...
Exactly, and like I said, I know my answers. I think sometimes when the explanations, it might take time to defend how I think they would come about. I do think that it might be messy sometimes, but I think that the alternative is just endless war, is just or a genocide. Someone wins. Because I don't think
win doesn't necessarily have to be genocide, but
those fundies are never no one side, because to admit defeat is to admit God lost. And to admit God lost, like you really do need people. And no offense, and I'm not taking shots at conservatives. I really am. I feel like it's liberals versus fundamentalists, but you need adults, in my opinion. That is the reformists, the liberals, whatever, who go and say, we're going to make compromises. Yeah, we're going to live by each other. And from sea to shining sea is going to mean that we're going to sit there and trade with each other. And both sides need to feel that way and get over it.
Well, that happens over time. Like Europe, for instance, they used to fight holy wars, religious wars that tore Europe apart. That doesn't happen anymore. The religion has lost its power. It's just that we just did this in the last 100 years. We went into the Middle East and kicked up a hornet's nest. And, if how long did it take that stuff to cool down in Europe?
We also,
it just takes time to cool down.
I don't believe that we go in with good intentions. So, and it does. I do sound very, like the Warhawks and whatever. The difference is I don't care about oil. I don't care about money. I would go in there and just want to give social programs. Now, again, you shouldn't go against people's wishes. I don't want to invade people. What I want to do is say, stop fighting.
It's quite like what you want is very idealistic and very niche, and how you apply that to a region, and is very complicated, but it's very idealistic, I'll say.
Eventually, there's got to be a time where countries shouldn't be allowed to go to war with each other. I know that right now it may seem, starry-eyed, and like I said,
there has to be somebody.
I feel like I've come back around. Oh, I know.
To stop them, and we don't have a formal, because we're all afraid of the concept of world government. We don't want that. We don't want world
that is another
world government.
I agree that has been used. I think we're eventually going to have something like that. I think we move towards, but it's not going to be the conspiracy. It's not going to be the conspiratorial. They're trying to microchip your brain. It is just going to be the fact that as humans continue to spread, and you're going to need systems.
It'll eventually be silly to have these nations be divided, and things will be able to be better solved globally.
But James,
but we're nowhere near ready for that right now.
You can hear our hair getting bluer, right?
Yeah,
You can feel? I think I'm getting a second nose ring as we talk about this. I know I look like a hippie. And a lot of people, will say I oversimplify, but I will ask, what is the solution? Because the solution I always find is someone always just blaming the other side. And so I always go, oh, okay, so that if someone has another solution, because I just think.
I mean, sometimes you can't give everybody what they want, and
no, that's where compromise.
Take that laying down.
That is
sometimes people don't want to compromise. They don't want
sure,
it. They don't care.
But then the solution is them fighting forever.
Yeah. Well, not forever. It's just gonna be a while for shit to cool off. Like we just went down there and kicked that hornet's nest in the past 100 years. And you can understand why they wanted to do it. You can understand why they wanted a homeland.
I understand both sides. I understand why Israel
wasn't nefarious, but the consequences of that are going to ring out for probably another 100 years at least, and there's just not much that's going to be able to be done about it.
But see, that I feel like ultimately it's my solution or it's my solution. This does feel like a tails I win or a heads you lose, because ultimately, and not you, but like if it cools down 100 years, that will be because people forgot about the religion
will fade. Yeah, of course. Yeah,
and
absolutely.
The secular liberal people will be
Islam is fading.
And then they will
fading. Yeah.
And so,
well, peak oil is, once we hit peak oil, Islam as an institution is going to start running out of money, and that's going to have horrible consequences for the region initially, but it will also, as a side effect, there will be less to prop up this Islamic empire. It's different countries, but it's all linked together through Islam.
Sure, but the Saudis and others definitely make money through oil.
Sure.
We're going to finish
up when there's no money to be made with oil.
Hopefully,
that's when everything is going to collapse.
All the Saudi princes and all the interesting...
Right, flipping Rolls Royces in the desert just because they can. I mean...
Well, let's finish this last chapter, or this last part of it, and then I'll hand it over for you a second, James, and we'll wrap up the second chapter. But we're going to read, God delivered all of Israel's enemies into their hand, and gave them all of the land, and he swore he'd give them. Every good thing he promised came to pass. Oh, I'm sure. All right, let's read it. And the Lord Bob gave unto Israel
Shmishmael
all of the land cards that they could ever want for a Magic the Gathering game. And he swore up and down onto his daddy that they possessed it and they dwelt it and they felt it. And the Lord Bob gave them...
But did they smelt it?
Oh, they definitely smelt it. Them the rest around about, and a little bit of a handabout, according to all that he swore up and down upon his daddy. And there stood not a man, not a single dude of all their enemies before them. The Lord Bob delivered pizza to all of their enemies right into their hand. Oh, wait, no, he killed them. Okay, not as good, but, he's looking for pepperoni, but these...
Only got mushroom.
Oh, gosh darn it. What's up, davegar? These failed not of any good thing which the Lord Bob had spoken. At least he's speaking and not just spraying. Into the house of cards.
Well, he's doing a little bit of both.
A little bit of both. It gets everywhere. Of Israel.
Shmishmael.
And like a kidney stone, all came to pass. Well, fantastic. So God delivered all of Israel's enemies into their hand and gave them all the land that he swore he'd give them. Every good thing he promised came to pass, I'm sure.
Oh, absolutely.
Absolutely. Okay, I'm going to go. I'm going to be right back 1 second, and then we are going to flip the chapter. But James, we just had, you know what chapter this reminds me of.
No, Amy, what chapter does this remind you of?
Like all of the, we had all of those dukes. Just
the census is from
after
numbers and yeah, a lot of this here is just it's just fluff. It's just to give it the appearance of reality. It's simulated bureaucracy, simulated to make this all seem more real when they were making it up, in the 3rd century BC, around there, when most of this was formalized, written down. It was a contrived history, a contrived narrative, put together for political reasons. Once you understand the reasons, you can understand why most of it makes sense, why they wrote what they did based on the political climate and challenges facing them. Yeah, it was convenient. It worked. Needed exactly what they found. They found this singular God to rally behind, who made lots of promises and delivered lots of things to their ancestors when they worshipped him and they loved him and they were good to him, and when they turned away from him, everything went bad. So we should probably not do that. And in fact, going through it, it almost seems like the intent was to just keep them so busy, so balls to the wall doing stuff for this God. They never actually have a chance to sit around and ask themselves, does this guy even exist? Do we have any good reason to believe that he exists? Can any of this be substantiated? And the answer is no, we don't, but we're too busy to sit around and ask those questions. We've got to do this, and this feast day, that holiday, that day, this offering, this sacrifice, got that sacrifice. Do this sacrifice this day, that one that day. It's busy work. It's keeping everybody busy. Idle hands, idle minds. You start asking questions when you don't have a lot of stuff to do. And that's actually the enemy of religion, is asking questions, because you usually don't have to start asking too many of the right ones before they start to run out of the good answers for them. And that's where faith comes in, because they run out of those answers quick, and then they start asserting faith. But by that point, you know that you've already won if they're reduced to asserting faith. But as so many of these chapters we see, we're about to go from exposition mode, from just filler fluff, simulated bureaucracy, to war. We're going in. It's going to be the experiment's about to start. Get ready. People are going to die. It's going to be an action-packed film. And let me tell you what's ahead of time. If they follow Yahweh, if they are faithful to Him, they'll win. Right? They'll slaughter their enemies left and right. And if not, then bad things will happen to them. So.
And all right, just as James said, it goes into exposition mode, into nothing like it's still preparation for, the other mode of the Bible, which is murder. But again, just as we set up like a tsunami, we got to draw back. The eastern tribes return home. Again, this is warning us that it is an action-packed passage. He is, I think, screaming about how much he loves this passage here. So let's get into it. We are going to be reading Joshua.
This is going to be John Action Jackson McCain.
Yes, I'm pretty sure. This is why I think they read Bible passages, on long flights, because it's just so exciting.
Mitt Romney driving to Canada mode.
Yes.
Driving to Canada with his 120-pound dog strapped to the roof of the van.
I'd watch that. Sending love to the dog. Joshua called the Reubenites and the Gadites and half the tribe. What is with them and half the tribe thing?
Seamus.
Of
The dog's
Manasseh.
name was Seamus.
That's kind of cute name. And Manasseh, and said to them, "You've obeyed all the commandments that God gave to Moses, who is very dead at this point. It's time for you to return home to the west side of the Jordan River. Come on back home, James. I'm sure nothing
West
wrong
Side
will
Story.
happen." Exactly. Yes, the eastern tribes return home. Let's get back into it. And then Joshua, who is like lifting and stuff. Oh, I forgot. He's the current prophet, right? There's a secession.
He absolutely is. Yeah.
You know, not as famous as Moses. Everyone knows the original M, but you know, the Reubenites and the Sad Gadites and half of the tribe of Manasseh and swine. We couldn't really fit the entire, tribe, and said unto them, "Ye are not Kanye West, have kept all that Moses, Charlton Heston, who is a slave of the Lord Bob, and he gave you orders, and you better have obeyed my voice. You do, and I commanded you. I said Kanye West has not left because he's a little bit cuckoo. Your brethren these many days on to this day."
Ye. Not ye. Ye.
I know. And I guess I should call him Ye. I shouldn't dead name him, but my goodness, James. The Lord Bob, your goddess, who's super sexy. And now
like
the
Bob
Lord,
Larson.
like Bob Larson, exactly, just as sexy. And now the Lord Bob, Barbaretta, your goddess, have given you a really good rest. All right, you've been having a good time in the suburbs, just like he promised, and therefore now you must return, ye. Come on, Kanye West, you've had enough fish sticks in your mouth. It's time to come back. Get up into your tents, undo everything. I know you've been watching Survivor, and this has been the land of your possession because, I told you it was, which Charlton Heston, the servant and slave, Mr. Slave, of the Lord Bob gave you on the other side of these really well-priced Jordans, as well as Jordan Peterson. Have you seen the Jordan? Did you... James, I haven't seen the full yet. Did you see Danny was in the Jordan Peterson video?
I did not know. No.
Oh my goodness. And oh my goodness. I want to show you it. He calls Jordan Peterson out and he's just like, "You're nothing." Because he asked him a real direct question and he gets like nothing back. And it's funny. Look at the comment section who kind of agree with Danny. It was weird seeing him on there too. I was like, that's Danny. I'll show you at the very end of this because I don't want to
I'll
derail
look forward
us.
to it.
But let's see. We were getting nice shoes, but we must be diligent, be vigilant, be vigilant, and you must follow the commandments forever, even if a rabbi in the future tells you that he actually fulfilled the law. Which Charlton Heston, the Mr. Slave of the Lord Bob, has charged you. I charged you up good, and you should love me, and I'm not jealous at all. I name myself jealous, but the Lord Bob, your goddess, will mince in all the ways, and you should keep my commandments. We cleaved them all over you with our cleavage, and we serve you as slaves with all of our heart and soul, and there isn't a hell yet, so that's okay. So Joshua, who is ripped, that's how he became a prophet, stays in good shape. He blessed them and then sent them away. All right, you had a blessing. You can leave now. And they went into their little tents or whatever. Now, one half of the tribe of the Manischewitz Moses army had given possession in Beshan, but unto the other half thereof, well, Joshua gave their brethren a lot of hoes. Onto their side of the Jordan westward. We're moving to Westeros. Did you watch any Game of Thrones? No?
Very little.
That's okay. And when Joshua, who was too busy lifting, sent them away onto their tents, he also blessed them again. There was the phone. It's okay. God was trying to communicate. God? No, it's my mom. Sending love to moms out there. And he spat all over them, saying, return. I don't know why that's capitalized there, but okay. With much riches onto your tents, probably from stealing it from them, but they'll be okay. And very much cattle and silver and gold and brass and all those
cattle for the suburbs.
Yes. Anything that sparkles and just looks fabulous with very much remnant. And you should divide the spoils of your enemies with your brethren. James, you know how you're the good guys? When you raid people and you divide the spoils.
Sounds good.
And the children of the corn of the Reubenites, and the children of the corn of Gadsad, and again, only half of the Manischewitz people returned. And they departed from the children of Israel.
Shmishmal.
Out of the silhouette of Shiloh, which is the land of Canaanite, to go unto the country of Gillette razors, to the land of their possession, whereof they were kind of possessed. They were acting like it, according to the word of the Lord, their Barbaretta, by the hand of Charlton Heston. What did we just read? All right, Joshua called the Reubenites and the Gadites and half of the tribe of the Manasseh and said to them, you've obeyed all the commandments that God gave to Moses. It's time for you to return home to the west side of the Jordan River. So the Reubenites and the Gadites and half the tribe of the Manasseh returned to the country of Gilead on the west side of the Jordan River. And I think they lived happily ever after, James.
Absolutely. Nothing bad ever happened.
Exactly. All right, so in altar name Ed. Again, just kind of funny. Ed Nettie is in the Bible. I knew it. All right, we got a bunch of categories here. We have some humor. We have some injustice. We have murder twice. I can't tell if that is just a misprint, which it probably is, or
they want to
there's a lot of murder.
Emphasize it.
Yes. And then prejudice. And then that's weird, James. I think this is the first time we've ever seen this. Is there a contradiction in the Bible? Yeah, I don't remember.
Ask the audience if they remembered last time.
Yeah.
It's been a while.
It's been a while since I said. All right. Apparently, we're going to read an altar name, Ed Nettie. And when they came, and they did everywhere, it was all over their Jordans, the borders of their Jordans, the Jordan Peterson of the land of Canaanite. Unfortunately, the children of Dave Reuben and the children of Gad Sad, and again, half of the Manischewitz wine people, built their altar by the altar of Jordan Peterson. A great altar for everyone to see. And do you know what it said in the inscription, James?
What's that, Amy?
Clean your room.
Kind of true, right? Timeless advice.
Timeless advice. Thank you, Jordan Peterson. And the children of Israel heard them say, behold, with a capital B. And the children of Reuben, behold my holding, yes, of Reuben and Gad and half of Manischewitz wine, built an altar over against the land of the Canaanite. It filled all the borders of the Jordan Peterson at the passage of the children of Israel.
Mishmael, yes, it did.
Yes, it did. The returning tribes built an altar by the Jordan River. Okay, that seems harmless. And when what are we about to read? When the Israelites heard about the altar, they gathered together at Shiloh, and I think they hugged them. Is that what that says, James? It's hard to read. And then they hugged them. Oh, no.
Oh.
Okay. And then they go to war against them. Wonderful.
Okay.
And
They must have a good reason.
Oh, I'm sure they have a good reason. You're not going to just randomly attack people, James. Here we go. I'm prepared. And when the children of Israel
Mishmael.
heard it, they were like, what? The whole congregation, not half, the whole congregation of the children of Israel
Shmishmael.
gathered themselves together in the Shiloh of the Silhouette, and they definitely went up and had hugs and kisses with everyone. I think that's what that says, because this is a holy book. Oh no, it says to go to war against them. Okay. And then the children of Israel
Shmishmael.
sent on to the children of Dave Reuben. And they were like, do you want to do a podcast with the children of Gadsad and half the tribe of Manischewitz? And they're like, sure, we'll go to the land of Gilead.
Sure.
Sure, we'll find Pocahontas, the son of Eleazar the priest. Hopefully he can send us some heals, because right now we're actually warring against other people. And with him 10 princes. Are we going to name them? Of each chief a house, a prince, throughout all the tribes of Israel.
Mishmael.
At least we got princes going on. That's kind of, are we going to get some princesses? Each one was head of the house. Okay, they were the head of the house, and their daddy told them they were really, really cool. Among the thousands of Israel.
I'm going to the bar, son. You're in charge now. You're the man of the house for the next 2 hours.
Good luck. Because, yes, when the Israelites heard about the altar, they gathered together at the Shiloh to go to war against them. Fantastic. Well, how about the Israelites came to the returning tribes and said to them, and they came unto the children of the Reubenites, which sounds more like what Smoky Saint would be doing, and the children of Gadsad, half a tribe of Manischewitz, onto the land of Gillette Razor. And they spak with them. Why are they spacking? Can't you just say things?
Doesn't work that way.
Doesn't work. The Israelites came to the returning tribes and said to them, why have you rebelled against God by building an altar?
Oh.
And I bet everything is going to be peachy dory.
Beelpor. Oh, I was wondering when we get to Beelpor.
Thus save the whole congregation, not half, of the Lord Bob. What trespass is this? Get off my lawn. Don't be trespassing, because Kanye West have committed crimes against it's weird that he had like this. I still think he's in the super religious whatever. They all find God in between the anti-Semitism and the just going crazy. He's like a whole bunch of other stuff. To turn away the day following the Lord Bob, in which Kanye West had builded an altar, and he then might have rebelled against the Lord. Why have you rebelled against God by building the altar? I'm sure he'll be fine with it, though. Is this the antiquity? Oh, what wasn't this the antiquity of Peor enough for you? Is the antiquity of Peor too little for us? Well, I mean, it's cold out, from which we are not cleansed until this day, although there was a plaque in the congregation of the Lord. Oh, James, even though we're committing genocide, we get a plaque. Yeah, this is nice. You want something to remember.
Maybe like a commemorative plate, too.
Yeah, exactly. Something that just makes
Bobbleheads.
us, just feel nice and cozy about all of the murder that we just committed. I'm sorry, YouTube algorithm. Unliving. That is political correctness, by the way. When you have to do all of the other names, all of the other ways, it's slowly, because what it's trying to do is soften. And I get it. You know, marketing teams are always, that's their job. You know, HR departments, all of that. But it's just the George Carlin in the back of me just has the, you know, maybe if we would still be calling it shell shock instead of PTSD, veterans would be getting the care they deserved. Just has that same vibe to me.
The euphemism treadmill.
Yes, exactly. Just whatever. I honestly just say it because I'd rather us say our message than get the ad revenue. But the ads have actually been kind to us because I swear, when you're fighting for information instead of disinformation, it's a lot easier. And I know the people that are the opposite of us, the flat earthers, the anti-vacciners, the creationists and all of that, or be like, well, we're trying to spread information too. Yeah, I know. I want you to have free speech, but you're not. But you know, by all means, please keep on speaking so that we can make videos about you. I was waiting for them to say tabernacle because that's really what they call the portable religious tents. But so far, they've just been making regular old tents in their suburbs.
Teepees.
Yes. But all right, we were on 19.
Yes.
Notwithstanding. Oh, that's nice. Notwithstanding, you're pretty cool. If the land of your possession be like a little bit dirty, then pass over ye land of the possession, and like the Lord will clean it off. It has a great scrubbing system, wherein the Lord's tabernacle dwelleth, and take possession of it among us. We're gonna grab it. But don't rebel against James. Don't be a rebel, okay? Don't be a little rebel. Nor rebel against us. Just obey us and listen to us, and everything will be fine. Don't mind the murder in building you an altar, because the altar should be about the Lord, our God, Barbaretta, and other gods are kind of bad, okay? Because you have rebelled against God by building an altar. God will be angry at all of us. Oh, wow. I like how they're like, hey, don't make God angry on us. We got to murder you so God doesn't, wouldn't want it to fall on our head, too. All right, so didn't Achan commit a trespass with this accursed thing, and the wrath of God fell on the whole congregation? I don't know. Did it? Did 4chan? I don't know. Did not 4chan, the son of Zariah Hahiah, commit a trespass in this accursed thing, you cursed? If it wasn't for that congregation and that darn dog, I would have gotten away with it. And the wrath fell on the congregation of Israel, ? Wow, it really does have a question mark. I wasn't going to bring it up like, is it a question? Why are the annotations bringing a question? The Bible's making it a question. Okay. And the man perished not alone in his inequity. He just fell over and whatever. No one cares about him. Then the eastern tribe, the Reubenites, Gadites, and half the tribe of Manasseh, and half. The other half of the tribe was out doing other things, said to the Israelites. I like how they have to continue to say that. Can't you just say people from Manasseh? You have to say half. And like a dual annotation, God knows if we rebelled against him by building the altar. Okay. Then the children of the corn of Reuben and the children of Gadsan and half of Manasseh, not 2/3, not a quarter, answered and said unto the leaders of the 1,000 of Israel, 1,000 dressing, the Lord Barbaretta, goddess of the gods. God of the gods. That's an interesting turn of phrase. Again, the atheists are taking it literally, but it says it again. The Lord Barbaretta, goddess of the goddesses. She knoweth, and Israel... Shishmael. Israel.
Jim Ishmael.
She shall know, And if you are rebelling and kind of wearing a leather jacket or getting a tattoo or like a lip ring, I will know. If you transgress, James, you don't want to have that prefix there. Not a transgression. We're going to have to transport to the transgression. Against the Lord.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't want to be transparent about it, but against the Lord Barbaretta, I can't help it. You know, Soros makes us make an LGBTQ joke. I can't, again, the English. LGBTQ. It's all of that lithium, James. It has to be hooked up to me 24/7 so that I can speak. If we have not rather done it for fear of this thing, saying in time has come to our children, might speak unto our children. He's saying what? Well, I'm saying that Kanye West with the Lord God of Israel.
Mishmael.
For the Lord Barbaretta have made Jordan Peterson a border between us. He is just sitting there all fancy between us and the children of the Dave Reubenites and the children of Gadsads, yet have no part in the Lord Barbaretta. So shall your children make our children cease from being scared of the Lord Barbaretta. So then
my dad will beat your dad up.
It does kind of seem like that's what we're doing. Then the eastern tribe, the Reubenites, Gadites, and half the tribe of Manashetta, said to the Israelites, God knows if we have rebelled against him by building an altar. Yes, so. He knows. He's everywhere, isn't he? Yet we're out here pretending that he's not sometimes. It's very weird. Just like the people who build an altar right after Moses walked away for 2 seconds to get the 10 Commandments. But anyway, the altar that we built will be a witness between you and us. Oh, it's going to be a promise. It will not be used for burnt offerings or sacrifices, which we're still going to do sacrifices, but, not for this. Good to know. Therefore, we said, let us now prepare to build an altar. We're going to burn something, but not a burnt offering. No, nor for a sacrifice. We're going to build an altar for just for funsies. And I hope you witness me and you and our generations after us. And, hopefully nothing goes wrong generations down the road. And we might do service. We do full service, actually, onto the Lord Barbaretta before him out of our burnt offerings. And we're still going to do sacrifices. So with our sacrifices as well. And our peace offerings. Peace. And our sacrifices, and that your children may not say to your children.
We need more sacrifices.
Can I have more sacrifices on aisle 3? Yet have no part in the Lord Barbaretta. Therefore said we, and she, and he, that it shall be.
And they.
That's right.
They,
want to
them.
trigger them. They, them. That really does break their head. I don't.
Oh, it does.
I'm not genderqueer. I'm, proud.
Yeah, just do it.
And yet, is it
just
really that hard to?
Because it pisses them off.
It does. It breaks their brains.
Right.
Therefore said we, she, he, they, and it shall be, and they. It says they would say to us and to our generations in time to come, that they may say again, behold, a brand new car, the pattern of the altar. And also the Lord Barbaretta with our daddies made. Again, this is not for burnt offerings or sacrifices. This is the good china. This is the nice couch. Don't put your feet on it. I know this is between us and you. But God forbid you call your mother that we should rebel against the Lord Bob. and turn this day from following
Never call
the
your
Lord.
mother.
Never call your mother. I really do. As soon as this podcast's over, I'm gonna.
I know. Unless she calls you first.
But she is just calling to just be like, I made this joke before with James. A Jewish mother really is just calling me to ask if I've been raped or murdered every day. And every day I go, nope, not raped or murdered. Good.
Well, if you were murdered,
She's like,
you wouldn't be answering the phone. So
I
there you
know.
go.
But, you know,
Yeah.
picky, James. Picky. Besides the altar and the Lord God, we're going to have this fabulous tabernacle. We're not just going to have any tent. It's going to be like this awesome pop-up religious tent. Wow. Excuse me. All right. And when the piranhas, the priest, and the princes, but apparently no princesses of the congregation, and the heads of the 1,000 Island dressing of Israel,
Shmishmael.
which were with him
Forgot I was
and
on
her. It's all good. Heard the word that the children of Dave Rubin said. And he's like, I'm doing a podcast. And the children of Gadsan and half of the...
But I'm still gay.
But I'm
Did I
still
mention
gay.
I'm still gay? I'm still gay.
Still gay. And the children of Manischewitz wine, but only half. It doesn't say half, James, but I want everyone to know it was just half.
That's if you're conceived after your parents drank a lot of Manischewitz wine. They call you the children of Manischewitz wine.
I'm pretty sure that's where they got their name, yeah. And the piranha pianas, the son of Eleazar the Belshazzar, the priest, again, we don't get any warriors, no mages, set on to the children of Dave, Reuben, and Gad, and Manashana, half, that we perceive the Lord Bob is among us. He's around. He's watching us. He kind of likes to, look
It's
from
like
a
Santa
window.
Claus.
Yes, and that too.
Equally as real.
Wow, that too. Because he and Kanye West have not committed this trespass. I don't know why he's walking on our lawn naked. You got to ask him that. Against the Lord, Bob.
Probably has something to do with that bottle of Courvoisier in his hand. But,
I would assume so. My favorite part about... I know you don't watch South Park, but there is an entire episode about Kanye West not understanding a joke, and that joke is if... James, have you ever put fish sticks in your mouth?
Unfortunately, once or twice.
So that makes you a gay fish. You put fish sticks in your mouth.
I guess, yeah.
And the whole episode, literally,
breaded pieces of nastiness.
Is Kanye West not getting that joke? And so slowly but surely, he has to figure out why he's a gay fish. And the end of the episode is him going into the river and accepting that he is indeed a gay fish. And it is reported in real life that it very much upset him and he couldn't figure out the joke. It's just, we live in a weird timeline. I'm going to continue to say that, it wouldn't be my first pick as timeline, but at least it's an interesting one. Black Nazi wasn't one we needed in my bingo card, but gay fish. Where are we moving? I don't want to miss any of this juice, James, because it's such... We're going to go on 32. And the piranhas... I know, it's riveting. Truly just breathtaking. The son of Elzazar, the priest class, who was a princess, returned from the children of Dave Rubin, who were running they're like, Dad, why do you just make podcasts and don't pay attention to us? And from the children of Gadsad and the children in the land of Gillette razors, where everything is just smooth.
Not big.
Yeah, not big. Unto the land of... Can I just not? To the children of Israel.
Smishmail.
And brought them the word again. What did we just read? Oh my God. The altar that we built will be witness between you and us. It will not be used for burnt offerings or sacrifice, because we kind of didn't accept the other altar and we went to war. Good times. And the thing that pleased the Israelites, so they decided not to go to war with the Reubenites, Gadites, and half the tribe of the Manasseh. And the thing pleased the children of Israel.
You don't want none of this. You don't want none of
It
this.
really is. Are they being? They're just acting like a mob boss. Okay, well, this pleases our God. This pleases the Israelite God, who, you know, really is acting like he's in The Sopranos, and did not attend to us to go against him in the battle. He didn't want us to get James. He would hate for us to, like, you know, lose our heads over the situation. To destroy the land wherein the children of Dave, Reuben, and Gad Sad were, you know, kind of chilling. And finally, and they called the altar Ed, which is so random, but okay. And the children of Reuben, Dave, Reuben, yes. Apparently Ed, and Eddie had they had become adults and discovered anal. They went to the altar of Ed, who at this point in his life was actually ripped. And so you shall witness
Ed Powell
for us. Yes, Ed Powell. And my goodness, James. All right. And they called the altar Ed. And that was Joshua chapter 22. Oh my goodness. Just so much wisdom. So much. Did you feel it?
I still feel it. It's
I
still
feel it.
pumping through my. Oh, there's Buttercup. Hi, Buttercup. Buttercup feels it.
Buttercup feels it. That, and she feels dinner. But all right, I think that we're gonna open it up for 30 minutes, and if not just rant. No, do you have to go?
I do have to go.
Okay, it's okay. It's a Bible study. Our we'll have one next time.
Tomorrow's a 5 o'clocker.
Dusted. Can I show you just something really quick?
Yeah. Go ahead.
I just want to see, and I know we're probably going to get watermark. We're going to lose any money we had from this, but this is 2 minutes long. Is 2 minutes too much? Yeah, you think 2 minutes is too much?
Of what?
Well, I guess I just can't help it, because it's weird to see. We could call him one of our own, right? I mean, Danny clearly has his own channel, but
we can give commentary.
Yeah, that's true. We can give commentary. That's true. James, you are a genius.
Fair use.
Now, if I could click the buttons properly, you are going to see something. Okay, there we go. All right, this is Jubilee 20 versus 1. That's how the debate goes. You have to run to the corner of the chair and touch it to speak. And the topic is generally up to either Jubilee or Jordan himself, unless it's open conversations sometimes happen. But this is atheist, and he's representing himself as a Christian. Are you ready, James? We'll do the
Okay, go do it.
Do this and we'll get out of here.
Hey, Dr. Peterson.
How you doing?
Danny, nice to meet you.
What's your name?
Danny.
Danny.
You say atheists worship things
That's
or
our
people
Danny.
or places, whatever. Can you be very clear about your definition of worship again?
Attend to, prioritize, and sacrifice for.
Okay, that's it. That's your understanding of worship.
Well, I could flesh it out, but that'll do for the time we have.
Okay. Do Catholics attend to Mary?
Yes.
Okay. So do they fit that description of worship?
Yes.
So you would say Catholics and other people that revere Mary, like the Eastern Orthodox tradition, worship Mary.
He's looking
Well, they might
snazzy.
not put her in the highest
But you would
place.
put it that way.
No.
You just said it. Now you're taking it back.
There's
now?
still a hierarchy.
Okay, there's a hierarchy, but within
And
the
there's something at
Yeah.
the top.
All right, you can worship things
Mary is
below.
quite a ways up the hierarchy, but
Do-
not at the top.
Let's go over your definition of worship again. What's your definition of worship?
Attend to,
Attend to. Do
prioritize, and
Catholics
sacrifice for.
what do Catholics attend to? Do they
That's a good
prioritize
question,
Mary
Jordan.
over all other human beings?
No, I didn't say overall, did I? I didn't
Well,
add that to my definition.
You understand.
I said there was a hierarchy as well.
You attend the
So you
Catholic.
can attend to something trivially, or you can attend to it deeply.
Okay, now
there's
you're
a-
adding stuff to the definition, but your original
I
definition.
added the hierarchy part at the beginning.
Are you
just
familiar?
didn't understand it.
Are you familiar with the Immaculate Conception?
Why is that relevant?
Because you go to a Catholic church, don't you? Or you've attended recently. You're interested in Catholicism, aren't you?
Sure,
All right. Are you familiar with their doctrines?
somewhat.
Okay, you're
Their
familiar.
doctrines are very
How do they
deep.
regard Mary?
Why are you asking me that?
Because you're a Christian.
You say
She
that. I
cheated.
haven't claimed that.
Oh, what is this? Is this Christians versus atheists?
Does he not claim to be a
I
Christian?
don't know where you are right now.
Don't be a smartass.
Well,
and I mean
either
it,
you're a
'cause I
Christian
won't
or you're
talk
not.
to you if you're a smartass.
Oh, either you're a Christian
Oh,
or
he's got him triggered.
I
Uh-oh.
could be either of them, but I don't have to tell
could be.
you.
you don't have to tell me. I was
No,
under the
it's
impression I
private.
was invited to talk to a Christian. Am I not talking to a Christian?
No, you were invited to.
I think everyone should look at the title of the YouTube channel. You're probably in the wrong YouTube video,
You're really
Oh,
quite something.
snap.
You are.
aren't I? But you're really quite nothing,
Oh.
right? You're
He's
not a
being
Christian.
sarcastic.
Oh, snap. He got voted out so fast there, which is funny.
But like they voted him out.
Yeah, you have to get so. We're gonna go back just real quick.
Like the
'cause
people get to vote you off. Like if they
Yes.
want you to keep
you
going.
get to. So all these people get to vote you off if they feel that you're. If they
wasting
think
time.
they'd be a better job doing it,
Invited
and
to.
you'll notice.
I think everyone should look at the title of the
Yeah. Do you see how this will rise? This flag will
Yeah.
rise.
YouTube channel. You're probably in the wrong YouTube video,
You're really quite something.
Look at
you
that.
are.
aren't I? But you're really quite nothing, right? You're not a
Christian.
Oh,
I'm done with you.
snap. Oh my goodness. They didn't vote him off.
I was gonna say I didn't see all the flags raised.
He was not voted off. I've never seen that. Oh, Danny
Or
boy.
did Jordan Peterson throw him off, or did
Yes,
did he just-
Jordan threw him off. Good job, Danny. I can't help
He
it.
really triggered
triggered
him.
Jordan
I
Peterson.
haven't-
In
quickly
2 minutes.
too. Quickly.
literally 2 minutes.
Because he gave a very basic, inarticulate definition of worship, and Danny was holding his feet to the fire, and he didn't like it because he wanted to throw a lot of nuance in there that he didn't give originally. He wanted to revise his definition, after the fact.
Yeah, Jordan is also the king of word salad and could make anything flow, even anything out to mean
Because
nothing.
there is a lot of nuance in the Catholic doctrine of Mary, but he didn't preload his nuance in his definition. He gave a very broad definition of worship,
Yes.
and then see, that's the thing. They try to make it sound simple. They try to put their doctrines in simple terms, but then you start asking questions. You find they're not so simple. They're actually, a lot of them are very elaborate, quite complicated. They try
Well,
to
Jordan didn't want to debate those. But yeah, isn't that crazy? Danny's on here.
Danny, hey. That I've actually Danny, he did really well right there. I'm honestly a little surprised.
Yeah. Very proud.
He did good.
So okay, that was an extra thing we got to
There you
add on
go.
there.
There you go.
And all right, James, anything before we roll out?
Love you, everybody. Thanks for coming back to our Bible study. Unfortunately,
Yes.
5 a.m. is too damn early. I hate it. On a Saturday, should be illegal.
Yes.
And
I
capital.
agree with you. Our closing might be a little bit outdated. We're slowly getting everything updated, getting new music, getting new things. But this has been
As they do
fun.
copyright claims and
You're
revenue
right.
sharing
We
on
did
the old
commentary and
music.
things. Well, that too.
This
But
music
this
is now owned by
This music is now owned by Viacom. I'm just kidding. All of us are. Boobadoo, Skydance, and CBS. That's a totally. They didn't fire Colbert because of political reasons. Sending love. Said this has been our Skeptic Bible Study. We have read the Bible. We're back in it, James, on Suburbs versus Altar Wars, where we continue to read the book of Joshua 21 and 22. With the Levites moving into the suburbs, and then the Israelites went to war with another tribe because they had a different altar, which will most be a one-time event in history. They said the word suburb more times, like it was a Duke moment. I didn't know how much they were going to say that word.
They said suburbs, yeah.
I was in my sleep.
The scribes went copy and paste.
Oh my God. Some sentences felt like they were repeating themselves, but whatever. Exactly. Copy and paste. As we moved into
like
a
they just went down the page
you,
and just wrote the phrase over and over again and just filled the numbers in later. Yeah.
Yes. As we moved into a neighborhood near you, then apparently declared war on everyone. I do want to thank my co-host, James W., along with all of our guests and our awesome mods who make this stream so great. The lovely people in chat who make, and viewers like you who make this channel even possible. If you enjoy the show, please don't forget to like, follow, or subscribe. It really does help out the channel. Share the show. You can also gain access to that bell icon, which when set to all, well, you'll get reminders to see our premieres, join our live streams. I'll say hey to you, say goodbye at the end. I'll try and show your name up on screen. Or hey, why not leave a comment once the video's done? You can also head to the Skeptic and Ranting Discord, which needs a major overhaul. But we should head on down there in the link description below, along with our channel members. Exactly. Sending love to all the people who support the show, not only our channel members, everyone who sent out a super chat like it's a Rubiks.
Thanks, Rubiks.
And all of our Patreons at patreon.com/Amy Newman. I am Amy Newman, and along with James W., we will see you all on the next episode, and Gilbert on the next episode of Skeptic Bible Study. Thanks, Gilbert. Good night. Mwah.